Herzlich willkommen zum Wochenrückblick. Heute mit dem erfolgreichsten Motocrossfahrer aller Zeiten, Stefan Everts. Bleiben Sie dran. Auch in dieser Woche gab es einige Neuigkeiten. Zwar ist der Termin noch nicht endgültig bestätigt, aber in den USA sieht es zurzeit danach aus, dass am 31. Mai die Supercross-WM fortgesetzt werden kann in Arizona ohne Zuschauer. Das funktioniert dort, weil die Vermarktungsrechte, die Fernsehrechte eben auch eine große Rolle spielen. Und von daher sieht es in den USA zurzeit noch ganz gut aus, aber nach wie vor ist noch nichts bestätigt. Im Gegensatz zur Weltmeisterschaft. Dort stellt es sich jetzt heraus, dass die Fernsehproduktion, die TV-Bilder allesamt finanziert worden sind von den Werken selbst. Das bedeutet, dass Gelder aus Vermarktungsrechten oder TV-Rechten praktisch nicht vorhanden sind. Es wurde jetzt bestätigt, dass Ustream die TV-Bilder an die Fernsehstationen kostenlos weitergibt und die gesamte Produktion in Höhe von 3 Millionen Euro pro Jahr getragen wird durch die Werke selbst. Und diese sind natürlich jetzt auch betroffen. Somit ist die entscheidende Einnahmequelle zur Durchführung eines Motocross Grand-Prix sind die Zuschauer. Und diese sind deswegen absolut erforderlich und im Moment gibt es keinerlei Plan, wie es weitergehen soll. Man überlegt natürlich verschiedene Szenarien, Eintagesveranstaltungen und andere Modelle sind im Gespräch, aber genaues weiß man nicht. Im Interview der Woche hatte ich diese Woche die Möglichkeit, mit Stefan Everts zu sprechen. Und von ihm habe ich viele Neuigkeiten erfahren um seinen Gesundheitszustand, um den Zustand in der Weltmeisterschaft, den Ausstieg von Suzuki aus der Weltmeisterschaft. Darüber habe ich mit ihm gesprochen und über viele andere Themen. Stefan Everts, live aus Belgien. Thank you for your time. And the first question I have is an update about your health situation. We all know the problems with your toes and so on.
Well, 9 weeks ago I had another operation in Herentals, another hospital, another doctor. He had some ideas or solutions to try and I did. In the meantime, everything is healed from that operation. And on my left foot I made some improvements. I feel better, but on my right foot, which has no toes left, I still have the pain where I put the pressure on my foot now. So yes, I'm still struggling with that foot. It's a really bad damaged foot, and I don't know what will be next. You know, we are just thinking what to do next or what to try. Now I live every day with pain.
Oh, okay.
That's clear. So,
okay,
but all the rest, I'm good. You know, I'm recovering well. I'm back in the gym, trying to build up my muscle and my strength. I tried to do some mountain biking, but I feel also afterwards a little pain on the foot from putting the pressure on that foot on that point.
Okay, that means you are obviously still in training.
I am, but not with a specialist. I'm just doing my workout in the gym. We have a little gym here in my home, and I'm just doing from my experience in the past. I'm just trying to rebuild my overall fitness a bit. Training every day or in the 3 times a week? I would say between 3 and 5 times a week. Yes, okay. Sometimes it's only 3. But I try to do also hand biking. I like this. It's good. And then I have a circuit of 12 exercises, which is a mix, mostly upper body with abdominals and one stabilization for my feet. And I usually do that 2 times, but I'm trying to go to 3 times. Okay. So do 3 times the 10 exercises. And the repetitions is around 20 to 22 times.
Okay.
So a lot of movements already.
I know it's a long fight, and I hope that everything is going well as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of years, a lot of years. And in the beginning, you don't know exactly what happened and how long it will take. But then you soon go to, it's going to take us 6 months. And then you go, it's at least a year. But now I'm already thinking it's going to take a few more years, that everything really comes back. Also, like, for example, the nerves, they are damaged, and that takes a lot of time, that the nerves come back how they should be. And they will never come back, that's for sure, how it was in the past. But I will have to live with certain things, and I'm happy with that. It's just I want to get a little bit away. I just would like to have a little bit less pain when I'm walking.
Okay, let's hope the best.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yes, of course. I know this really well. It was in 1998. And actually, the story started with a friend of mine who was a DJ. And at that time, the Schumacher song was quite popular. And he said, I want to do something the same with you and the motocross bike. So then he started to do some things on a tape, but it was not really good. So he went to another guy who was experienced in producing songs, and he was also a famous DJ. He had a band called Astroline, and he kind of made that song quite fast in his bedroom. Okay. And then we wanted to put on the noise from the bike.
Yes, and two-stroke bike, right?
It was a two-stroke 250 bike.
No bass. And, no bass at all.
No bass at all. And we did it in his street, in front of his house. He had a tape recorder or some kind of recorder, and he was there with the microphone, standing next to the street, and I was going up and down on the street making wheelies. And he was there with the recorder, and that he put later on the record.
Okay, maybe we should produce a new song with 4-stroke and more bass.
Not for me. Maybe they can do a remix. That's fine, but I will not do a song.
But however, I have seen you have a music show on the Radio Benelux, starting as far as I know
Monday.
Next week. Monday.
Yes.
Next Monday.
Next
right?
Monday. Yes, we start. Actually, I was invited by the radio to do an interview with together with Liam, and then he was kind of surprised how well we are up to date with music, and a lot of old music also. And then at one point he said, "Are you interested to do a radio program?" And I was like, "Whoa! I don't see myself talking for 1 hour, So we kind of made a program that I will do the intro from the program, and then we're gonna start to do a non-stop radio program with all the songs that I've choose, and with one particular song I will bring a story. So everyone has somewhere a song where you remind yourself something what happened in the past, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to bring some good stories from my career, what happens, because we've traveled so much, and but also beside my career, so also from in my normal life I will bring stories.
Yeah, but maybe you can also play the song. I mean,
it will be in my intro. So we've done already the intro, and we have Try to Beat Me will be on there.
You are a drummer. You played the drum, or you play the drums, but in the songs are only electronic drums. I was missing the acoustic style.
Yeah, that was in the 90s, and the 90s was very popular for the dance and the electronic music. So that guy who made my song, Peter Lutz, he was really into the techno dance style of music. So we didn't put on the acoustic drums.
In the motocross scene are many musicians. Yeah? As you know, Jeremy Seaver, piano player. I mean, you know Jeremy very well, I think, yeah? And also one of your protagonists, Brian Sue, violin player.
Yeah,
right? Maybe one day you should make a band together with Jeremy and all these other guys, yeah? Jason Anderson. Jason Anderson in the US, music producer.
Oh, yeah, right, cool.
However, this CD, I think, was a great idea. And finally, at the end of the day, no one was able to beat you, right? I mean, you have all the records in the history. Yeah, 10 titles.
At that time, I wasn't, and especially when I got out with this song, it was the year that I lost on Tortelli. So we had a very tough battle that year, 98. I think a lot of the real race fans remember that year, what kind of level that we raced at. And I lost my championship in the last moto in Greece. And at that time, you know, I brought out that single, "I'm the best, try to beat me." So a lot of people laughed with that. But now, today, I mean, it's still correct, you know.
Yes.
I've put my records in later on, many years later, but now, until now, I'm still the best.
Yes, I mean, it is well known, but let me simply repeat. 10 world titles, world championships, 101 Grand-Prix victories. And I remember your last race in Matterley Basin, 2006. You won against names like James Stewart and Ryan Villopoto. On the other hand, you had races, legendary races, like 2003. In that time, you won in one day all 3 classes. I mean, these are milestones in the history of sports, right?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of, you mentioned a few good ones, but there's a lot more for me. You know, I've won also fast cross against Jeremy McGrath in 1993. It was not a GP, but it was at that time a very, very big race. And winning there against the Supercross champion Jeremy McGrath at that time was for me a big deal.
That was in America, or
no, it was in Italy, in Ersago. That was near Milan, and it's called the fast cross. And they always used to bring the best young Americans. It was the weekend after the Nations in the past, so it was a fantastic race. And later on, I think in '99, I won again the fast cross. But anyhow, I mean, I had also races. Let's say Namur, where I made the pass before going the downhill, where every lap I've passed one, and again and again, and those are moments. They are magical, you know, like the last turn pass with the Maria in Carrington Ring. For me, it was also one of the highlights. I wasn't in the lead for one lap, but just the last 50 meters, I took the lead and I win the GP. This was fantastic.
Let's talk about your starting number 72. I mean, you are one of the early riders using their own career numbers at that time. And your number 72 is a reference to your birthday, 1972. And now your son, Liam, rides also the 72. Is it now something like the Everts number, or will Liamski take another number someday? What do you think?
Well, I think he's happy now using the number. You know, a few years ago when he was younger, he was not so happy with it. He wanted to have another number. I think now he got a bit older and he's realizing what that number is meaning. And for him, I think it's more of an honor now to be able to use this number. I mean, Youthstream at that time blocked that number forever in GPs, as long as they are promoting the GPs. So it was a really nice thing to do, and I'm very happy that Liam wants to continue with this number. I think it should be an Everts number for the future. That's nice, yeah.
You won championships with all 4 Japanese manufacturers, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki and Yamaha. And after your career, you started as a team manager for KTM. And then the, let's say, sad Suzuki story. You invested a lot of passion, and I suppose also a lot of money. And but you was also very successful with Suzuki at this time. Jeremy Seaver was the closest behind the KTM boys. You discovered also a lot of talents like Arminas Jasikonis and so on. And finally, Suzuki finished their engagement. And there are a lot of rumors about the story behind. I mean, of course, it is a very complex topic, I know. But with a few words and with a little bit distance from the story, what is your opinion about this?
Well, I think first of all, the only thing that I know was because of financial reasons they pulled back out of MX racing. That's the only official that I know, and the unofficial is I don't know exactly why they did it. I think on the 2 years of time, I've made a lot of big changes inside the GRP team. And I think the riders lineup that I've put together in that short time period was quite impressive. If we look back with AJ and Jeremy Sewer, and I had Hunter Lawrence, I had Jed Lawrence, Liam was in the background. We had Zachary Pichot. We had a lot of great young riders for the future to really build something up, and then it just got pulled back, and it was for me a very big disappointment, especially to go and tell all the people you're fired, you're out of job, and especially on that time of the year. A lot of the teams was already closed, and for some riders it was very hard to find a good team. So it was a very tough period, and it's I still don't understand why, why, because the way we was going, my opinion, I think some other people have other opinion with it, but what I've done, I think in my eyes, I still believe I was on the good way.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, also the results are there. I mean, you can read it on paper. Last week, we are making this type of special interviews week by week because we have no races at the moment. And last week I spoke with Jeremy Seaver, and he also agreed that for him it was a perfect situation, a good team, and he was very happy with the situation in the team. And for him also absolute not to understand. Okay.
That's, I think, for everybody is that the story, and also for us. And we just cannot understand the Japanese on that way. And they are the champions of keeping things secret or behind doors. And that's the way it is. And we had to accept it and move on. And it sounds really short and clear, but it's tough. In real life, it was tough.
Okay. I wish the best for you, and especially to lose the pain. I mean, this is really horrible to have this permanent situation like you, and I hope really the best for you. And also for your new plans, for your new radio show.
It will not only be hits that I will be putting on. There's also songs that are on albums, which are great songs. They never came as a single or as a hit, but I'm gonna go over more than 2,000 songs that I'm selecting now. So if the TV show will be the radio show will be successful and we get some response, then we will make 2 hours from it. It's possible, and we will have a Flemish version. And we will have an English version.
Yeah, okay.
So you can go to radiobenelux.com.
Okay.
And then you can download the SoundCloud or listen with live stream, or you can download it with the SoundCloud, and then you can select English or Flemish.
Ah, great.
Yeah. So the live show will be in Flemish, and then after you can also listen the story in English. My gin you find on s72gin.com.
Yeah.
If you are more interested in knowing, there's a whole website, and it's also in many languages, also in German. Mm-hmm. And then Liam also has a new website, liameverts72.com.
Okay.
And there you have a lot of like a T-shirt, caps. We got like a web shop we have created a few months ago, and have a look if you're interested of becoming an official Liamski fan.
Okay, thanks for this chat. It was a big pleasure for me. Thank you for your time. And I hope to see you soon personally on the racetrack, wherever it will be, but I hope very soon.
I hope soon, yes.
Stay healthy, stay at home. Yeah.
We do.
And thank you for this nice chat. And all the best for you. Soweit der Wochenrückblick aus dem Bereich Motocross. Wenn es Ihnen gefallen hat, dann vergessen Sie nicht, diesen Kanal gleich zu abonnieren. Und wenn Sie es vielleicht verpasst haben, letzte Woche hatte ich ein interessantes Interview mit Jeremy Seaver, ist hier noch einmal eingeblendet. Wir haben mit Max Nagel gesprochen, ein langes Interview, ist hier auch noch mal eingeblendet. Wir sprachen mit Simon Lengenfelder, auch diesen Film sehen Sie hier noch einmal. Mit dem Organisator des Motocross Grand-Prix in Teutschenthal, mit Andreas Kostbahn habe ich gesprochen. Und last but not least, Henry Jacobi, dem einzigen Dauerstarter in der MXGP aus Deutschland. Also bleiben Sie dran. Ich wünsche Ihnen eine gute Woche. Bleiben Sie gesund, bleiben Sie zu Hause. Bis zum nächsten Mal.